welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review on the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. If you do want to see a review and a demo, then please keep watching. As a huge favor, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and comment anything down below. I greatly appreciate it. I read all the comments and I will do my best to reply back. This foundation retails for $40 on Sephora.com. That's where I purchased mine. I do want to read a little bit about this. A full coverage, transfer-proof, oxidation-resistant foundation that lasts for up to 16 hours with a natural-looking matte finish. The coverage is full, the finish is matte, and the formulation is liquid. It goes on to say that it's free of sulfates, SLS, SLES, parabens, formaldehydes, and all of those nasty ingredients. Some of the highlighted ingredients are microalgae and biohyaluronic acid, which help absorb excess sebum. That is great for my oily skin. Discover comfortable 16-hour wear, oxidation resistant, transfer resistant, sweat proof, microalgae and biohyaluronic acid balance excess sebum while keeping skin hydrated and help protect skin from pollution and blue light damage. Unique oil absorbing powders create a smooth second skin finish. There are 34 different shades in this foundation. I purchased mine in the shade Medium Deep 3.3 Caracas. I'm not sure if this is my shade, but we'll see if it matches. Here's a closer look on what the packaging looks like. It says Nars, and then at the bottom here it says Soft Matte Complete Foundation. On the side here it tells you a little description. On the other side it doesn't say much. And then on the back you do have the ingredients. Here's what the foundation bottle looks like. I love this soft matte finish on the cap. And on the back it does have the shade name, which is Medium Deep 3.3. You get 1.5 fluid ounces or 45 milliliters. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see if this shade matches. Love this packaging. Let's see. It is a little bit runny. This might be too dark for me. It's definitely way too dark for me. This is a shade that the girl at Sephora shade matched me to, so I don't know, but we're gonna try it out since it's the only shade that I purchased. Wait a second, the foundation oxidizes. I thought they said this formula doesn't oxidize. I'm gonna do a fresh pump. Yeah, it definitely dried down darker. Since this is the only shade that I have, we're gonna see how it wears. Why is it every time I go to Sephora, whenever they shade match me, it's always the wrong shade? I forgot to mention I don't have anything applied on my skin. I don't have any moisturizer or primer. This is what the foundation looks like on my bare skin. On the right side, I'm going to be using a brush to blend it out. On the left side, I'm going to be using my damp beauty blender. There's no coverage with that one pump I used. I'm going to add one more big pump of the foundation. I'll dot it all over. It's very liquidy. Taking my foundation brush, I'm going to blend everything out. Here we go. That's the coverage that I was looking for. The shade does not match me. Taking my damp beauty blender, blending out the left side. This shade is perfect, but when it dries down, it's very Oompa Loompa looking. It's very orange. So far, I don't think that the foundation is full coverage because it didn't cover up my dark spots here. I'm gonna try to add a little dot more to just cover it up. I'm gonna let that sit for a little bit and then we'll blend it out. Going back in using my brush, taking my damp beauty blender. I applied my mascara off camera. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. My first impressions of this foundation is that it oxidizes, which means that it dries down darker. It's not full coverage with one drop. You do have to go in with a bigger drop, and you have to apply 2 layers just to cover up any darkness or hyperpigmentation that you might have. It is very runny when it does come out of the tube. It doesn't look this dark, which is weird. And I didn't apply anything on top of it or underneath it before applying the foundation. It's on my bare skin. I will be going back to Sephora purchasing a lighter shade. I will keep this shade just in case. I might mix it. For lips, I'm going to apply the shade in Almond by Tower 28. Here's one last look on what everything looks like. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night and I will see you guys then. Guys, it is the end of the night of me testing out the Nars Soft Matte Foundation. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. I'm super shiny where my cheek area is and on my forehead. That's normally where I get shiny. This foundation claimed to be oil absorbing, and I don't think that claim is accurate. First impressions, I don't like how this foundation wore. I don't like how it oxidized on me. It doesn't match. I feel like it did dry down a little bit darker. I did not set this foundation with any setting powder or any setting spray, so this is how it's looking. I do want to see if there's any transfer. I did not leave my house today, so I didn't wear a mask. Of course, my lip gloss did come off. I didn't bother to reapply, but I do want to see if there's any transfer, so my fingertips are completely dry. I'm just going to press my fingers against the foundation. Not too bad. There's not a whole lot of transfer on my fingertips. I also want to do a blotting test, so I'm going to blot the right side of my face. This is how I wanted the foundation to look, not like this. Here's how much foundation did come off on the tissue. Definitely not transfer resistant, well, unless you set it with a powder and a setting spray. So far, I'm not wowed by this foundation. We'll be going back to Sephora, getting a different shade. I will check back in with you guys tomorrow when I purchase a different shade, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it is day 3 of me testing out the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I went back to my local Sephora and picked up a lighter shade. The shade that I got was in the shade Medium Deep 2.3 Moray. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I got this shade. The outside packaging does have a little bit of smear on it, which I didn't mind, as long as the product inside was good, which I did check before leaving Sephora, and it looked like the product was intact. So the shade in Medium Deep 2.3 looks like. I'm gonna open this up so we can see if this matches. As you guys can see, it hasn't been tampered with. I wish they would have added like a safety seal. Let's see if this matches. So let's do one pump. It does seem to be a little bit too light, but remember, it does oxidize. And again, it is running down on the back of my hand. This seems to be a little bit too orange. I have nothing applied on my face. I don't have any moisturizer, any primer. I just have some little friends hanging out because it's this time of the month. So I do have a little bit of a pimple here, and I have a pimple here, and some here as well. Let's go ahead and swatch this shade. The shade seems to be a little bit too golden, but hopefully it does dry down darker. I wasn't able to swatch any of the shades in store. I'm going to be taking a little bit from the back of my hand and applying it, and hope that this product oxidizes, using a brush to blend it out. Okay, so the shade does seem to match me a little bit better than the first shade that we tried. It sort of matches. What do you guys think? That was just one pump of the foundation that I squirted on the back of my hand. So I'm gonna apply a, ooh, okay. So that's super interesting. So this is what it looks like when it's dried down, and then I just applied a fresh pump right beside it. So again, it does oxidize, which is good. I mean, hopefully it does dry down to match me, but let's see. Again, taking my brush and blending it out. Here we have the shade in Medium Deep 2.3. That's one layer. I do want to build it up just a little bit where my darkness is. So I'm going to be taking another little pump here, just applying it to where my dark spots are. Taking my foundation brush again and blending it out. Here's what everything looks like. This shade does match me a little bit better than the first shade, but it's not my exact shade. It's a little bit too goldeny for me, but I think I can make it work. I went from the shade Medium Deep 3.3 to now Medium Deep 2.3. We'll see how this foundation shade does hold up throughout my entire day. I will check back in with you guys at the end of the night. Before we do that, let me add some mascara and then I'll be right back. I'm going to apply one coat of the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. You want to pump a fresh pump so you guys can see the difference on what it looks like when you first apply it and then when it dries down. So again, here's what it looks like when you first apply it, and here's what it looks like dried down. Here's one last look on what everything looks like. I will check back with you guys at the end of the night, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it is the end of the night of me testing out the shade in 2.3. Here's what the foundation is currently looking like. I am a bit shiny here where I normally am, but the foundation seems to be looking a little bit muddy in my opinion. I did wear a face mask today, and I'm not sure if it caused a little bit of muddiness that's going on my skin. I do want to see if this shade does work with all of my other products on top of it, so tomorrow I will be using this particular shade in 2.3, and I'll be applying all my products on top of it, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it is day 4 of me testing out the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Moray Medium Deep 2.3. I'm going to be applying primer, setting it with setting powder, adding blush, bronzer, everything just to see what it looks like. First, we're going to be applying primer. The primer I'm going to be using today is from xoxo. This is the Liquid Silk Canvas. I'm going to be using 1 pump. I'm going to apply this all over. I already moisturized my skin off camera because I wanted the moisturizer to really sink in. The moisturizer I used was from Belief. It was their True Moisturizing Balm. Drag it down on my neck. I'm going to be taking my foundation brush and applying the foundation. This time I'm going to apply it directly on the brush itself, so I'm just going to be taking that much. Oh yeah, way better coverage. I still feel like this shade is a little bit too orange for me. I do want to see what the shade in Tahoe looks like. This shade works with my other products. I think I'm going to keep this shade. I'm going to keep all of the shades of the foundations just in case. You never know, I might need it for something. Taking another little pump, applying it to where my darkness is. For concealer, I'm going to apply the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I applied 3 little dots of the concealer, taking my foundation brush and blending it out. I'm going to set everything with my Too Faced Peach Perfect Translucent Setting Powder. For bronzer, I'm going to apply the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker Bronzer in the shade Island Thing. The blush I'm going to be using is from ColourPop. This shade is called Hold 9 Yards. I'm going to set everything with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. For mascara, I'm going to apply the Essence I Love Extreme Mascara. For lips, I'm going to apply the Maybelline Ultra Matte Slim Lipstick in the shade More Rust. Here's what everything looks like. I will check back with you guys at the end of the night to see how everything wears, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it is the end of the night of me testing out the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade 2.3 with all of my products on top of it and underneath it. Here's what we're currently looking like. I really like how the foundation held up throughout my entire day with all of my products on top of it. I think this shade does work well. Even though it's not the perfect match, it does oxidize throughout my day, but I really do like how it did hold up. I did not blot throughout my entire day. I definitely think setting it with setting powder and setting spray really was key for it to look this good. I will continue to wear the foundation throughout this entire week, and I will check back in with you guys at the end of the week, and I will see you guys then. Hey guys, it is the end of the week of me testing out the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation in the shade Medium Deep 2.3. My final thoughts on this foundation is that I don't like the formula. I don't like how it oxidizes throughout the day. It's not transfer resistant. The best way to apply this foundation is using a foundation brush. Using a beauty blender, it will soak up the majority of the product, and you're not going to have as much coverage. I currently have the foundation on. I don't agree with the claims of this foundation. One of the claims was transfer resistant. It's not transfer resistant. It says that it's oxidation resistant. It oxidizes. It says that it's sweat proof. Now, you guys, I wore this foundation while watching a movie and I bawled my eyes out. It did not hold up during the movie. I looked like a hot mess after the movie was over. My makeup was everywhere. It was all over my neck. It was on my sleeve at the time. It was just a really hot mess. The last claim that was really disappointing was when it said unique oil absorbing powders create a smooth second finish. Wearing this foundation alone without setting powder and setting spray, I got extremely oily. On that first day after I blotted my face, how much foundation did come off. I really wanted to fall in love with this foundation, but this is gonna be a pass. If you guys have tried this foundation, please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I still kept the shade in Caracas Medium Deep 3.3 just in case I ever need to use it. I want to show you guys what it does look like on the back of my hand. So here I just pumped out a little bit of the shade in Caracas. And then here I have a little bit of the shade in Murray Medium Deep 2.3. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that shade correctly. You guys let me know in the comments down below. Here's what those two shades look like side by side. I'm gonna rub them in. This shade is more my shade when it does dry down, but I just wanted to show you guys side by side of what they look like. If you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. I will see you guys in my next video.